Hi Light Warriors, happy Lionsgate portal. I am so excited for this portal. Have you been feeling the energy? The energy has been so beautiful, so strong, and so potent. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to get the most benefit from the Lionsgate portal. Now the Lionsgate portal really opened up in mid to late July, and it's going to be opened until mid-August. And so this is a really powerful gateway that's been open for centuries and centuries. And I'll talk about sort of the history behind that, because this is a portal for manifesting abundance, courage, freedom, and really embracing our sovereignty. So I'm so excited to connect with you guys. It's really a powerful portal. Why? Because we have the earth and Sirius. So Sirius is our spiritual sun. So Sirius is here, and then we have the sun, and they're all directly aligned during this portal. So the peak of the portal is on August 8th and August 9th, depending where you are in the world. So that's why it's so important that you watch this, and because I'm going to be sharing tips with you about how to make the most of this powerful, potent energy that I'm sure you guys have been feeling already. So let me know in the chat. It's so beautiful to see so many of you here. Let me know in the chat where you guys are tuning in from, and also how have you been feeling? Have you been feeling the energies? Have you been feeling restless? Maybe you're feeling anxious. Maybe you're getting headaches, hot flashes, vivid dreams. All of these are signs that you're feeling the portal energy, because it's very intense. It's just such an intense energy. Why? Because usually this cosmic energy is not available to us, but it's available to us now because of this alignment. So there's so much going on. Also, your psychic senses, I bet you they are heightened right now. Maybe you're experiencing telepathy, maybe you're seeing colors in your meditation, or you're seeing visions, even when you're opening your eyes or closing your eyes in meditation. Let me know in the chat what have you guys been experiencing. So Tiffany said that she's feeling tired. Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up, Tiffany, because that's a big one. Some people are saying that exhausted, eating nonstop. So a lot of you are saying tired. So the reason why we're feeling so tired is, again, your body is changing right now. Maybe you can't see it. Maybe you can't see, there's like things moving around, but there are things moving around inside of your cells. Why? Because the Lionsgate portal is actually a DNA activation. So I'll talk about how the starseeds are connected with this, and how our starseed DNA is actually getting activated during this period. So just like when I'm sure all of you guys have experienced, sort of a flu, a cold, or maybe you've had a surgery. So whenever you have any of those things, right, it's your physical body, it's trying to adjust itself so it can bring balance back into your body. So you feel more tired, right? And that's why the doctors tell you go and rest. You need to make sure you get enough rest. Well, guess what? I'm here telling you that you need to get enough rest, and you need to be compassionate with yourself. Why? Because your cells, your DNA, your entire body is changing right now. So this is just a preview of what our humanity is going to look like, what humanity is going to look like in the new earth, in this fifth dimension. So right now, we're experiencing these activations because later on, the way that we age is going to be different. So we're not going to age the same way. And if you look at all of the sacred texts, all sacred texts across religions, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, people lived for thousands and hundreds of years. We are returning back to that. It's not going to happen overnight, but guess what? We're the breeding ground for that right now. Why? Because our DNA is changing, our bodies are changing. We're entering a whole another era, and a lot of people call this the age of Aquarius, the golden age. And so that's why this is so exciting. So if you are feeling tired, just know that that's normal, and just be compassionate with yourself. Listen to your body. If you're feeling super tired, just cancel everything that you have to do that day, because why? There's nothing more important out there than you and your health. And I mean, luckily that's one of the good things about coronavirus. You know, it woke humanity up, because before no one really cared about their health. People don't care about their health until it's gone, you know, until they're on the operating table. So that's one good thing that came out of this virus, right? That we became more aware of the importance of our health. And so right now your health is very important too, because your DNA is getting activated, your cells are changing, right? Your organs are purging right now. So a lot of you guys said that your appetite is changing. That's part of this whole shift, right? Because all the GMO, you know, all the artificial colors, all the fake food that we eat, our body has been storing that, and now it's purging it. So what I would recommend is drink a lot of water. That's the number one thing. If you're getting headaches, I saw some of you guys wrote that you're getting headaches. So someone asked, what about relationships falling apart? I'm going to get to that later. Also, I have so much information to share with you guys, because I was astral traveling last night. I went to the Sphinx, you know, the cat looking like object in front of the pyramids, and I have some information to share with you about that. So if you can press the little question mark here in the chat and write your question, I'll answer it towards the end, but I have a lot to share with you. But that's a great question. About relationships falling apart. That's basically the effects of Uranus squared the sun on Sunday, so it was about shaking things up, okay? But I can talk more about that later if you're still interested. So with you being more sleepy, being more tired, it's normal. Why? Your body's changing. Your body needs to rest in order to change, right? So please just try to be so compassionate with yourself, because your body's changing and it needs extra rest, okay? One more thing is you need to drink more water than normal, okay? That's going to help you a lot. I saw that someone else said that they're getting ear ringing. So ear ringing, I've been having weird sounds. Like yesterday, Honey heard like someone snore, and then she asked me, "Did you snore?" Because she's in another room, and I was like, "No." So if you're hearing like a static sound, or maybe you know when you're trying to switch in between radio stations, if you're hearing anything like that, that is your clairaudience opening up. Okay. So that's your clairaudience opening up. What is clairaudience? Clairaudience is a psychic ability where you start to hear higher frequencies, right? And so your bones and the nerves in your ears are getting adjusted to those higher pitched sounds, those higher frequencies. So when you get the ear ringing, massage your ears. What I also like to do is I just sit quietly and I just listen. And then I connect with my spirit guides. I connect with my spirit team. I connect with my higher self, and I ask, please help me to understand this message. Please help me to hear this message in a clear way, in a comfortable way, right? Because ascension doesn't have to be difficult. We don't have to deal with headaches. We don't have to deal with tiredness. We don't have to deal with anxiety. We don't have to deal with body aches. No, it doesn't have to be difficult. We can talk to our spirit team. We can talk to our higher self to help us make this transition, this shift easier for our bodies and for our souls, right? It doesn't have to be difficult, okay? One other thing that I saw some of you guys write about, you said you're getting aches and pains. Let me know in the chat, are you guys getting backaches? And let me know in the chat, where are your aches coming in? I'm just curious where you're experiencing these aches and pains. So I never ever get backaches, and it's really fascinating because with the Sirius portal, you know, the Sirius, so with the Sirius portal, which was on the first week of July, I love this. We have 777 people on this live, and I'm talking about the Sirius portal, which was on July 7th. So it activated that 77 code. You see this magic? Oh, I love this so much. I'm so excited to be with you guys. Oh, this is so awesome. So so with the Sirius portal, that was a lot about backaches too. Like I never get backaches, but I got a backache then, and I'm getting a backache now during the 7/7 Sirius portal, now during the Lionsgate portal. So what is this related to? Why would all of our backs be hurting at the same time? Well, this is related to our root chakra. Because our bodies are changing, it's difficult for our bodies as humans to absorb these intense cosmic energies coming in. So our root chakra is sort of like trying to find its balance, trying to absorb these higher frequencies, right? Because the root chakra is connected to Mother Earth. It's all about grounding your foundations, your safety, your physical vessel, etc., etc. So what I would recommend for you to do to get rid of your backaches is like definitely drink a lot of water and breathe. So breathing, it sounds so simple, right? But breathing is one of the most powerful technologies and tools that we have available to us. Just you breathing in into your spine, into the bottom of your back. So like this is the proper breathing, okay? You just roll your shoulders. So let's all do this together, right? There's no better time than the now. So just roll your shoulders back. Okay, now when you inhale, expand your belly outwards like a balloon. Okay, so just take a deep breath in and expand your belly outwards like a balloon, and then hold it. And you hold, so you breathe in for 4 seconds. So you breathe in 4 and you hold it for 4 counts, and then just release 4 counts. And when you exhale, your abs are gonna get tight. So this is a breathing technique that will calm your body down. It also helps you to get more oxygen into your body. Oxygen is like coffee for your cells, and they love that. And that's also going to help you with your tiredness, with your sluggishness, with your anxiety. So, just breathing will solve so many of those issues, okay? So definitely take deep breaths. What I also do is I breathe with the earth. So I breathe from Mother Earth, from the core of the earth, and I send that energy into my root chakra. So you can visualize that, you can do that. That's what we'll be doing at our ceremony this Saturday. We're hosting a Lionsgate ceremony. If you want to join us, we're going to be doing that this Saturday. Okay, so let me see what else you guys are saying. Well, I asked you guys, where are you getting your aches and pains? So you guys are saying backache, crackling joints. So the crackling joints, I spoke about that on during the Sirius portal, and the crackling joints is basically your bones are physically changing right now, and that's why it's crackling a lot. So you can watch my previous Instagram IGTV video, and I talk about that. So people are saying lower back and shoulder blades aches. Yes, I've been feeling the shoulder blades as well, and I feel like that's related to the sinuses. So I learned this from traditional Chinese medicine, and when your sinuses are congested, this is actually connected to your back here. So it's connected all the way here, and it creates tension, a congestion, right? So that's why your shoulders are aching. What I would recommend, I love peppermint oil. Peppermint oil really helps to clear my sinuses up. Also try different breathing techniques, like you can hold, there's like so many different breathing techniques that you can do for your sinuses. Someone's saying the whole back, neck and lower back, shoulder. So that's really fascinating that we're all feeling the shoulder. Also, I love this. We have 88 people on this live. 88 is the number of abundance, and that's exactly what the Lionsgate portal is activating for all of us. So I'll talk about the abundance activations in a little bit, but let's just talk about the backaches. I love this. I love all the synchronicity and all the angels being here. I was like, Lyrians, please come in and please share whatever we need to know right now as well. So, if you have a notebook, also just write down random things that are coming to you right now. Maybe what I'm saying, a word or a phrase, or maybe something that comes to you, because we're all like, as we connect in this community space, that's why connection is so important, community, because we're here to activate each other, right? We're all channels. So a lot of you guys are saying lower back and hips, backaches, head, neck, and back pain. Backaches below the neck, and I never get backaches. Yeah, I never get backaches. So the backaches are related to the root chakra. So just do the breathing that I said there. Hip pain, top of the neck, back of the head, pain and weakness in the hips. So the hips is definitely about your sense of stability. Hips are definitely related to stability, and also the pressure that you're putting on yourself, because think about it, your hips hold your entire frame. So maybe you're putting a little bit too much pressure on yourself, or maybe other people are doing that to you. So those are my suggestions for how to get rid of the backaches. Breathe into it, breathe with the earth. It's going to help you tons and tons and tons. For migraines, I saw someone just posted that. For migraines, go watch our Ascension symptoms video on YouTube. I'll post it on my story so you can swipe it up. But we share 3 different techniques for how to get rid of headaches without taking pills, and they're really powerful, and there are 3 different techniques. So if one doesn't work, you can use the other 2. So yes, okay, so that's sort of what's happening with our bodies. So much is changing with our bodies, okay? So that's why right now drinking a lot of water and breathing, just proper breathing, is going to help you to integrate the activations. So sometimes people are not awake, right? Sometimes people are not awake and they don't know that why they're having these vivid dreams, why they're having the ear ringing, why their sleeping patterns are changing, why their eating habits are changing. And it's because of this whole shift in consciousness that we're going through. It's not just spiritual, it's also physical. So please share this with your friends, because it's really going to help a lot. Not knowing that, there's something wrong with them, but it's really like, it's a whole process that we as humanity are going through. Okay, so I have a lot to share with you guys regarding what the Lyrans said. But before I talk about sort of the messages that I got from the Starseeds, I want to talk about the controversy regarding the Lionsgate portal. I got a message from one of you alchemists, and someone sent me a message of this person who made a video saying how the Lions portal is not real, and etc. Okay, and so it was so fascinating because I got triggered. I got triggered and I wanted to throw shade. Like, my ego side came out and I just wanted to throw shade. Same thing happened when I got messages about the new moon, the last new moon, because apparently some witches on TikTok put a hex on the moon or something. And I just started laughing both times because, as spirituality becomes more mainstream, more people are going to start making videos about it. More people are going to start making channels about it. Some people are here for different reasons. Some are here to help others. Some are here to help themselves, right? So for me, it's just so triggering, right? Because when I do this work, my priority is integrity, right? Integrity always. And so when I see that, I get so triggered. I'm like, I just want to throw shade and be like, you're wrong. But then I was like, let me take a step back, and it's like, they're there for a reason, because we need to learn about discernment. And even everything that I say, you shouldn't take it as, oh, Claudia is 100% right, I have to do what Claudia says. No, you have to filter it through your own heart space, because you are the guru, you're the teacher. I'm just here to help you awaken parts of yourself, and you're here to awaken parts of myself, right? This is a collective sort of activation that is really happening on this global scale. We're all here to activate each other. We all come in with different DNA codes from all the different star systems, and so that's why each of us are playing such an important role in this process. And that's why when I see people talk about things that I'm gonna hex the moon, like, how ridiculous is that? And I don't throw shade. I let other people throw shade, and I just sit on the sideline and I'm just watching this whole thing happen. But I want to share with you guys that what is the lesson here? The lesson here is discernment, okay? Don't just do everything I tell you. Don't just, take everything I say for as a truth, especially during this time, because right now there is a battle over our minds and a battle over our hearts, right? And this is what this Lionsgate portal is about. It's about sovereignty. You are your own divine being. You have all the answers inside of you. All the answers are in your third eye and in your heart chakra. So, align your mind, your critical thinking abilities, your logic, your analytical abilities, and align your intuition, your heart space. And when you align these two, you're going to know the truth for yourself. So everything that you're, absorbing from this live, from me, from other people, just really filter out through your heart space, because that's where you're going to feel, oh, this feels true to me, this doesn't feel true to me, you know. So that's how you're going to know what's true for you and what's not true for you. Why? Because I'm on my own journey. Everyone's on their own journey. We all have different life purposes, and that's why when I saw that, I didn't watch the video because I didn't have time to watch it, but that person made that video about the Lion's Gate not being accurate, and then I saw someone else post that because now there's 13 astrological signs, that the Lion's Gate is no longer valid and stuff like that. And so for me, I just set aside, and you know, I'm trying my best not to judge. That's something, you know, is a lesson for me right now. And I was just like, that they're on their journey. Not everyone's meant to work with all of this energy, right? Not everyone is here on the same life path. Some people are just not meant to work with these energies, right? Maybe that's not in their life path. Like, let me give you an example. Some people are here to help heal the earth, like the physical earth, right? The plants, the animals, etc. Some people are here to help humanity, right? Other humans awaken. Some people here are here to serve creation, right? Source consciousness, and they're here and they're part of like this huge giant plan, like that does not just cover earth. And people are literally, there are healers out there who are healing planets. They're healing whole big ass planets, you know. And so there's so many different life paths. So that's when someone's saying something, just filter it through your own heart space and see how it feels, okay? That's very, very important. And so when I saw them do that, I was like, you know what? Maybe they're not meant for this path, and that's fine. That there's nothing wrong with that. And what they're saying about, you know, it's no longer relevant. Well, that's their truth. I can't say that they're wrong about that because that's their reality. I can't discount that because maybe in their life path, like for them, it's really not true. All I know is that I have been feeling the activations since, when was it? Since Sunday. Well, actually on Monday, I had the most profound meditation I've had in a really long time. Like, just this incredible meditation where I was not even here, you know, like there was no body, there was no me, there was no brain, there was no blood, there was nothing. And I haven't had one of those meditations in a long time. And the fact that all of you are, you know, is it a coincidence that we're all getting ear ringing, backaches during this specific time? It's not a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence, right? So just use your own heart space. If you want to work with the Lion's Gate portal, it's a powerful energy. Why? Because this traces so long ago, millions of years ago. So I'm going to give you some background about the Lion's Gate, okay? So we all know we're aliens. So if you're new, hi, welcome. My name is Claudia, and you know, basically, I teach about the whole galactic history. And when we talk about galactic history, Earth is a new, very young planet. When Earth is, you know, it's such a young planet, because when we think about the Lyrans, and the Lyrans and the Syrians are the ones involved with the Lion's Gate portal, this traces millions of years back, okay? So even like Lemuria, Atlantis, that is still relatively young when we talk about the starseeds, like the Pleiadians, Arcturians, etc., okay? And obviously this is not taught in textbooks. Why? Because there's this whole thing about sovereignty, right? It's not beneficial for the people in power who have power right now to have humanity know about the fact that, you know, we are divine beings and we have dormant DNA that's getting activated, and we can think freely for ourselves, and we're already abundant. Like, this is not beneficial for the current structure, and that's why the current structure has to fall down and be destroyed in order for a new one to come. And that destruction is going to happen organically. It's going to happen organically. It's called evolution, right? And so it's this evolution of consciousness. So basically, the Lyrans are these super high vibrational starseed race, okay? And we're all Lyran, by the way. Each one of you, 95 people watching this, if you're watching the recording, I know you're a Lyran too, otherwise you would not be watching this. You're watching this for a reason, okay? You're watching this for a reason. And just make sure you filter all this through your heart space. So the Lyrans, were one of the main Starseed families that were involved in engineering our human DNA. So humans, we're an experiment. We're an experiment because we sort of broke away from consciousness, and we just wanted to see what it would be like to be consciousness experiencing itself, like watching itself. And so, honey, can you please make sure you're recording this? Thank you. So we're recording this because last time Instagram deleted my video, and that's the second time this happened. So honey's screen recording, so thank God for her. So basically, right, humans are an experiment, because again, the Earth is such a new planet. So to give you a background, the Lyrans, they are super high vibrational, like very high densities, like way past fifth dimension, like way past fifth dimension. And they actually reached this state where they no longer suffered. They no longer had to go through the death and rebirth cycle. So there was no death for them, because that was no longer necessary. They had evolved so much that was no longer necessary for them. And like I said, all sacred texts say that humans have lived for hundreds and thousands of years. The Bible, the Polycanon, like the Buddhist texts, all of these texts say that humans have lived for hundreds and thousands of years. So this is not new information, right? And we're getting back to that. So with the Lyrans, they were very advanced beings. They were super loving. They didn't understand what death meant, what violence, what hate was what division was. They didn't understand that because that didn't exist in their communities, in their planet. But then, they wanted to experience duality, and so they created a portal. So they created a portal using sacred geometry, and they created a portal, and they went to other dimensions. And so when they reached these other dimensions, that's where duality happened. Good versus bad, death, birth, cold, hot. That's where sort of duality happened. And so then they started to experience death, and then they started to experience all these other things, and eventually the reptilians came, and other starseed beings came and sort of attacked their planet because they just have never experienced that before. And if we look at history, what happened to the indigenous people, right? The indigenous people, when they were colonized, the indigenous people welcomed them with fruits and baskets of food, and the colonizers welcomed them with gunfire and blankets filled with smallpox, right? And so that's sort of what happened at the galactic level. It's basically the Lyrans. And it's funny because if you watch the movie Avatar is about the Lyrans. Avatar is about the Lyrans, just the color of their skin, right? Avatars, so my dog's name is Avatar. He's like staring at me. so sorry, I got distracted. When you watch the movie Avatar, watch it again, but now watch it after knowing this information. The Lyrans were these beautiful beings, and yes, they were super tall. They were very sound oriented, very shamanic. That's why in Avatar, in the movie, you also see like they had these triangle like stripes on their bodies. And then I'm going to talk about Egypt, because the Sphinx is also lion-like. If you look at goddess Sekhmet, if you look at a lot of the Egyptian gods, they're very lion-looking, like gods. And so with the Lyrans, because they didn't know hate, they didn't know what violence was, they got slaughtered by the reptilians and other starseed beings that were of a different vibration, right? Because there's two vibrations in duality, right? It's like the yin and yang. And so they chose to experience that because they came from those densities, and they're like, let's just go explore. But they didn't know that they were going to face that. But then that taught them something. And so that's sort of like what we're experiencing now. And so this is really complicated because there's so much I want to say, but I'm trying to make sure I keep it relevant, because this is like literally millions and millions of years, and so much history. And so basically they got slaughtered, and their planet was destroyed by the reptilians and other starseed beings who were of another vibration of duality. And so their Lyra was destroyed, and then the Lyrans went to Sirius. Sirius is another starseed planet, and that's why we have the Lionsgate portal happens when the Earth, the Sirius sun, and Sirius, which is our spiritual sun, and our sun are aligned. So that creates that cosmic gateway. So we're still receiving that portal which they first created, and this is where it gets interesting, because this is a time loop, so I'm gonna go back to that in a second, but I have to explain something else. Okay, so you heard me say that humans are experiment. We were an experiment created by the different galactic races. The Lyrans weren't the only ones who made us. No, the Arcturians, the Palladians, all of them were involved. And guess what? You are a Lyran, you're a Palladian, you're an Arcturian, you're a Venusian, you're all of them. Why? Because they specifically put all of their DNAs inside of us. So we have 12 strands of DNA from all of these galactic families. And you'll see that number 12 come up again and again across like religious texts and etc. etc. And so with this human experiment, when we were being created, they put all of their DNAs inside of us. That's why we all feel the Lionsgate portal. It doesn't matter if you resonate as being a Lyran starseed the most or not. You're still part Lyran because you have that DNA inside of you. And so and this is super fascinating for me, because this is how smart consciousness is. And a lot of you guys, the way that you can understand this is just look back at your life. So the Lyrans, right, when they first created that Lionsgate portal to come to a different dimension, they kept that portal open, and once their planet was destroyed, like that portal, they didn't have time to close it, because they literally were refugees and they got chased out of their own planet. So that portal's still open, and that's what we feel today. And so with this portal, it's also connected to ancient Egypt. When we look at ancient Egypt, during this period of the Lionsgate, right, which is from like late July to mid-August, that's when the Nile would flood. So when the Nile River would flood, it was abundance, because there were so many crops, there was an abundance of food, and people would be celebrating. So this is also like a celebratory period, and I'm going to talk about that as well. So that's why manifestation is happening so much faster, so much faster. Like Honey just got a job today. Like literally she got a call like before this live, and on the Sirius portal we manifested our dog, an employment card, a class, etc., etc. So manifesting is happening so much faster now because of this portal. Okay. And that's why this is sort of the history behind it that I wanted to give you, because I don't want you to be confused and be like, should I work with this, should I not? Just feel that energy in your heart space. Like, and also all the teachers like who are sharing information, like I just wish that all of them would actually just meditate. You know, I don't know how many of them actually meditate, but meditate to actually feel the energy, and then you'll see that whether you'll be able to tell on your own whether it's real or not, right? That's the most important thing. If you come to your own truth, that's the key to everything. That's the key to your enlightenment. But going back to the Lionsgate portal, manifestation is happening faster because of this gateway. So that's why it's very important for you to pay very close attention to what you're thinking, pay very close attention to what you're saying and what you're feeling, because this energy is going to be amplified so much more because of this cosmic gateway. So that was a lot. I know I shared a lot. Let me just take a sip of water, and we should all take a sip of water as well. So that's one thing about the abundance aspect of the Lionsgate portal, because it traces back to the Nile River flooding during this period, right, in ancient Egypt, and the huge flux of crops. But it's not just the Egyptians that worked with the Lionsgate portal. The Mayans also worked with it, and both of these civilizations connected with Sirius, and the Incas, right, they all had pyramids. Like the Egyptians, the Incas, the Mayans, they all had pyramids. Why? They were connecting with the Sirius star system, which is where the Lyrans went. And the Sirius and Lyran star beings then then manifested themselves and came to earth, and that's when they were doing, we have 111 people, I love that, new beginnings for sure. And so also I just want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your busy day to come and join in this, because this is super fun for me, so I hope this is helpful for you. And I also really wanted to thank you, because as you're listening to this, I know you're gonna work with this, and as you create abundance for yourself, as you awaken yourself, as you awaken and activate your own DNA, you're helping your family do that as well, right? Everyone in your community. So it's just such an awesome thing to see this domino effect spread from all of us starseeds all around the world. So thank you for doing that. Okay, so so that's sort of the abundance aspect. But then we also can talk about numerology. In numerology, the number eight, it represents abundance, okay? So that's why the Lionsgate portal, the peak is on 8-8 and 8-9, because of this numerology code that's being activated. Also, when you look at the number 8 and you spin it on the side, it looks like the infinity symbol, right? And so what we're learning right now is that we are actually infinitely abundant, okay? We're infinitely abundant. And with that, it's sort of what the Lyrans want us to know is that we need to stop playing small. It's time to speak our truth. And also, the throat chakra is very important right now. So you might be having thyroid issues, you might be coughing a lot, or you might be just feeling soreness in your throat. Is because, we try chanting. Chanting is going to help you so much right now, especially during this portal. Try singing. Again, this is a celebration, right? And so try to sing, or try to, even if it's in the shower, if you're embarrassed, just do it alone. Sing to yourself. Celebrate your life. Celebrate your abundance. Because as you start to move energy through your throat chakra, you're going to start to open up different portals within your body, because the chakras are portals. So that's something you can do. Chanting is awesome. If you're practicing light language, do a lot of light language. Right now, your light language is going to start coming out like this, and it's really fun too, to just see what comes out. So that's one of the things that you can do, right, to activate your abundance. But what the Lyrans really want us to really understand is that we need to release all our blocks, because we already have abundance, right? Look at this amazing planet that we live on. Like the fact that you have a smartphone, the fact that we can connect with each other around the world, right? In our homes, like this is abundance. But sometimes we create these blocks. It's like, I'm not worthy of abundance, or I think money is evil, or I think money is actually a distraction. So we create these physical blocks, and that's why the abundance cannot come to us. That's why the resources, the love, the joy, the health, because abundance, it's not just financial abundance, it's literally abundance in the whole sense of the word. And so for us to embrace it, we really need to release those blocks. So how can you do that? Tap into your Lyran identity. The Lyran identity, they're courageous. You heard me speak about, how they got their planet destroyed. But then eventually, they were like, okay, well, we can't stop, it keep getting slaughtered. So eventually they became warriors out of defense. And so the Lyrans, they're very fierce, very intense warriors, but very loving at the same time. Imagine, like, that's why I call you guys light warriors, because it's not like we're fighting something. It's we're really like embracing that intensity of our light and our power, right? It does not have to be aggressive at all. Although maybe sometimes it manifests like that, but aggression can be transmuted into creativity. So work with your courage to release those abundance blocks. Like, why do you think you're not enough? Why do you think that people are going to judge you? Why do you think that you're going to fail? Why do you feel like your voice doesn't matter? So just really sit with your fears, and then just tap into your courage and transmute them. Transmuting emotions is the most powerful thing we can do. It's literally why incarnated in human bodies. The only reason why we are incarnated in human bodies is to ascend, to become enlightened, to become self-actualized. How do you do that? You transmute your emotions. Why? The heart is 5,000 times more powerful than your mind. Of course, your mind is super important as well, right? It's aligning the mind and the heart, but the heart, the emotions, are 5,000 times more powerful than your mind. Okay, just keep that in mind and work during this portal to transmute your emotions. Okay. And also pay very close attention to your thoughts, because in your thoughts, that's where you're going to be manifesting as well with everything that you're saying. Okay, so another date that I want to share with you guys is is August 16th. So August 16th and 15th, depending where you are in the world. Again, 16th if you're in like the southern hemisphere, 15th if you're in the upper hemisphere. So this is known as the Helical Rising. So the Lionsgate portal is not like, oh, 8/8 is already over and then there's no more portal. No, it's not like that. So on August 15th and 16th, there's this phenomenon known as Helical Rising. It's basically when the star Sirius rises before the sun rises, and that's the first time that it happens. So what do you do on that day? You do something for your abundance, have an abundance ceremony for yourself, because again, it's connected to this abundance energy, especially because in the Nile, that's what they were doing. They were preparing to receive all these amazing crops and all this abundance. So definitely write that date down. It's really, really important. Okay, so I'm gonna share some other information that the Lyrans shared with me. Oh, okay. So remember how I said I was gonna return back to this? So when the Lyrans opened up that Lionsgate portal the first time, and wanted to explore duality and just wanted to explore something else, it's another type of existence, another type of energy. It was for the purpose of expansion, to experience another situation. So they weren't able to close that portal, and that's what we're feeling now. And this is how smart the universe is, consciousness, God, spirit, source, whatever you believe in, right? That higher power, whatever you want to call it. The Lyrans, they were just playing a role. And when they created that portal to experience that, they actually created it because every Lionsgate portal, our DNA gets activated. That's why you're getting headaches. That's why you're getting hot flashes. That's why you feel tingles. I know I'm feeling tingles in my crown chakra. So if you're feeling tingles, if you're having vivid dreams, like that's why we're experiencing this, because our DNA is being activated right now. This is based on science. Go Google after this live, go Google junk DNA in 2012. And again, the Mayan calendar was correct. It was 2012. I see videos of people saying that the Mayans got it wrong. They did not get it wrong. Again, they did not get it wrong. Like it's so funny to see humans try to manipulate stuff for their own sense of understanding. No, they did not get it wrong. 2012 was the first shift. And then 8. Look, we see the number 8 again, because 8 is a number, it's a time frame. It's like a time frame. It's like everything happens in 8s. There's cycles of 8s, okay? So in 2012, the American Biologist Journal, it's something like that. Go Google it. I have the article on my computer. I'm not gonna go look at it now, but this biologist in 2012 said that junk DNA, which is DNA that scientists, they didn't know what it did, but this DNA actually has hidden treasures. This is published by scientific journals in 2012. Is that a coincidence? Of course not. Nothing is a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason, okay? That's why you're here, because you're here for a reason. You're meant to receive and work with this information, right? You're not here by accident. It's not like, oh, let me just casually join this live. No, your higher self brought you here. Your angels brought you here. The Lyrans brought you here, right? And we're all connecting here. Every Lionsgate, our DNA is constantly getting upgraded and activated, right? Because it's not like when this whole human experience happened, there are different starseed beings, right? There's an Anunnaki, the Greys, the Draconians, the Syrians, the Arcturians, etc., etc. So they all had different perspectives on how humans should evolve, and so some wanted us to evolve slower, some didn't want us to have as much power, some wanted us to evolve naturally, etc., etc., right? And so that's why they decided to slowly allow our DNA to go through this process of natural evolution, so as Source sort of wanted it to happen. So every Lionsgate portal of that dormant DNA that they planted in us is getting activated. So you do see the Lyrans, they didn't know, that's why they left it open. And that's why, look at your life, the decisions that you make. If you think about the decisions that you made 10 years ago, you were, at that time, you were like, I don't know why I'm doing this. But now, if you look at your life 10 years ago, and you're like, I know exactly why I got into that car accident. I know exactly why I met that person. I know exactly why I got that job, or etc., etc. It all makes sense when you look at it going backwards, right? You connect the dots. Again, nothing happens by accident. Okay, so I've been ranting a lot, so I'm just gonna share with you guys what the Lyrans shared with me last night, and that's actually what they shared with me last night when I astral projected. So I astral projected to the Sphinx, which is this monument by the Giza pyramids in Egypt, and that's the information that I got. So, take it or leave it, process it through your heart space, see how it feels with you. Okay. So the Lyrans, when I was connecting with the Lyrans, they said that we can connect with them via joy. So go during this weekend, right, when we have the peak of the Lionsgate portal, tune into the joy vibrations. Do something that makes you super, super happy and joyful. For me, that's dancing and listening to music. So that's another big thing. Like, they wrote song is a big thing that they want us to tap into. So sing, maybe play music, sing along, go to karaoke with your family, do something that works with your throat chakra, because our throat chakra is getting activated right now as well. And then one more thing that they said is that laughter is the vibration of joy as well, right? And it's also celebration, and that's what this whole portal is about. It's about celebration and joy, and really embracing that abundance that's already ours. Because once you're already in joy, then your aura expands and you're able to receive more, right? Receive more abundance. Okay. Something else that they said is to be open to receive. Like, just be open to receive. Like, don't say, I want a house, I want to find my twin flame, I want XYZ. No, just be open to receive what spirit wants to give you, what your higher self wants to give you as well. So then another one was be welcoming of change. We're going to get into a roller coaster ride starting in September, so I think they're preparing us to get ready for the change. How do we do that? We tap into our courage, we tap into our sovereignty, into our freedom, because whatever's going to happen, all the changes that are going to happen in our world, we always have to remind ourselves that we are in control of ourselves, and we have that complete freedom, and no one can take that freedom away from us, right? Because that is a law of the universe, free will. Why is this universe gone to chaos and craziness? Because of humans. We have free will, so we created this chaos, okay, to experience it. Okay, what else it said? Embrace the power of choice. That's something else that they said. I love that. So I'm gonna write that down on my board, actually, so I can remember that. Embrace the power of choice. And then they said that if your energy is sluggish, so if you're feeling tired, or like just super, super exhausted, move that energy around. They're saying to shake that energy around, and you can do that either by walking, by dancing, or some other type of exercise that you enjoy to do. But make sure, because again, this huge cosmic gateway is open and it's coming down, so you want to make sure that you leverage those activations. That's very, very, very important. Okay, so then one other thing that they wanted to say is the Lyrans want us to know to move into our heart space and move into the breath. So maybe, you know how earlier in this video I was talking about breathe with your root chakra? Well, also breathe with your heart chakra and open up your heart chakra to receive, right? This is where we receive from. Life is about giving, but life is also about receiving. It's a balance between giving and receiving, right? It's very important. And I learned that and we all go through different journeys to learn that balance, okay? And then something else that they were saying, they called it a meeting point between the different dimensions. So it's a meeting point between the different dimensions. So this Lionsgate portal, right? This cosmic energy that is not usually available to us will be available to us during this time. So make sure that you use it effectively. Pay attention to your emotions, pay attention to your thoughts, because manifestation is happening like this. So you definitely want to make sure that you're focusing on what you want to attract and create, co-create into your life. Okay, that's so important. So if you guys want to do a ceremony where with the Lyrans, we're going to be connecting with the Lyrans and with the Syrians, with the different starseed beings. We're going to be connecting with them, and we're going to ask them to help us tap into our courage. So we're going to be doing DNA activations during our ceremony. We're also going to be doing activations for abundance and courage. So that's this Saturday. This Saturday is the Lionsgate portal on 8/8. So definitely work with this energy. You can click the link in our bio to join us. It's gonna be so beautiful and so powerful, because like the Lyrans, they really just want to give everything to us, and they're waiting for us to connect with them. I mean, they're literally here here in this room, and they're just super excited. They're just so excited to connect with all of us, and they're just really happy to see where humanity is at today. Like the fact that there's so many people opening up to their sovereignty, to their freedom, to their infinity, to their abundance, to their God self. It's just so beautiful for them to see, and they're making me hot now. Like they're making me very hot. Like I'm getting really hot. So they're just really happy and excited to connect, and they're so beautiful. Like I almost want to cry right now. They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. They just have so much love. And they're just really excited to connect with you guys. And you're already connecting with them, you know. You're already connecting with them because you are them. We know we are them. We're all these starseed beings, and they just have these really beautiful, like strong, but very just like I'm here for you. And it's just so awesome to see that we're here. It's like, yay, we're finally here at this gateway. And it's time, you know. It's been a long time for us to manifest this. We're ending this 26,000-year-old cycle. We're ending that cycle now, and we're starting a new cycle where we no longer have to experience these intense energies of duality, of hate, of division, and we can really manifest a beautiful earth for all of us here. So they're just so beautiful. And so I hope you guys have an incredible Lionsgate portal. It's gonna be so magical, so definitely tap into your magic. Magic is in the air, so tap into it. And you know, really work with this energy, because it's not by chance that we're all here reincarnated. We're all connecting again. We've had so many lifetimes together, so it's not an accident that we're here. And they're just really happy. They're just really happy to be with you guys. You know, they're really excited for the connections, and just know that you already have that connection with them. So I'm not crying. Someone said don't cry. I'm not crying out of sadness. It's actually like their love is just so, I don't have words for it, you know? Like this is not a human type of there's no human words for this love. These are not tears of pain or sadness. This is like, they're just so freaking beautiful. Imagine like your mom and your grandma and your aunts and like literally all of them like being caressing you and just like smiling at you and being like, we got you. You know, and that's what they are. They're our Starseed ancestors. They really are here to pave the path for us, and they're just so excited to connect with us. So it's a beautiful thing. Also, you know, just this is a time to purge emotions that no longer serve us, and tap into emotions that do empower us, because they're definitely like super loving, but at the same time they're still so powerful and wise, and it's just a combination of all that. It's just so overwhelming. You know, these starseed beings, like, they're literally angels. Like, we see them as aliens, but they're not aliens. They're literally angels. And once you feel their presence, this will happen to you too. As soon as you connect with your spirit guides, you know, with angels, whatever you believe in, you will feel that love in your heart. And it's a type of love that you've never felt before, and you will have this cathartic experience. Like, your heart is going to explode from all of this love, from this power. So I hope you guys have an incredible Lionsgate portal. I hope to see you guys at our ceremony. It's going to be this Saturday at 10 a.m. PST. You're also going to get a recording, because the Lionsgate portal doesn't just happen one day. Again, remember to write down that date, August 15th and 16th. Instagram is going to kick me out in like 2 minutes. So write down that date, August 16th and 15th, because that's also an abundance activation for all of us to do your own little ceremony. Or you can join us for the Lionsgate ceremony this Saturday. We're going to do DNA activations, abundance activations, and you can listen to that recording on the Helical Rising, which is August 15th and 16th. Also, this is an energetic portal. This is a time connected portal, right? Because we're connecting with time, with the 8/8, and also this time frame where the Nile flooded. But if you want to experience a portal not connected to time but connected to space, then I'm taking a group of people to Mount Shasta. We're going to Mount Shasta, which is in Northern California, on August 21st to the 23rd. The root chakra of Mother Earth is in Mount Shasta, so we're gonna go connect with this physical portal. It is going to be so incredible. Like, I just have no words for it. We're gonna connect with star beings, with angels, with ascended masters, with fairies, with elementals, with orishas, like all of these amazing things. So we have, if you want to join that, then send me a DM and I'll send you the link, because we have an application form, because it's a more type of advanced activation, because, you know, you're going to a portal, like a physical portal, so your body has to be ready for that. So if you're interested in that, you can send me a DM and I'll send you the link for that. Yeah, I'm so excited, Destiny and Jessica, that you guys are joining. It's gonna be so awesome for that. And for the Lionsgate portal, you can just click the link in our bio to sign up for that. But sorry, I just saw that you guys have a bunch of questions. So someone asked, how can I work with this portal to get rid of an eating disorder? So if you have any, your body's changing, so maybe you'll start to eat a lot, or you're gonna start to eat less, like your appetite's going to change. So the way that you can get rid of this eating disorder is just connect with the Lyrans and tell them to help you to connect with your body, to make you feel comfortable with your body. And then ask that eating disorder what it taught you, what it wanted you to know. Did it teach you to love yourself unconditionally? If so, then your lesson is learned and now you can release that. So that's one way that you can do it. Does this portal help our manifesting ability? I answer that yes. Heighten manifestation abilities. Definitely. At what time is this happening on Saturday? The ceremony for the Lionsgate portal is at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And you can click the link in our bio to get more information about that. Yes, so with the Cancer, like, you have to fully trust and believe, and just connect with, put yourself in a pyramid to make sure you're getting the right information, and just ask, like, just visualize light coming into your cells, and your cells are basically regenerating themselves and returning back to their perfect state. Your body has the capacity to heal itself. I know of people who have healed themselves and got rid of cancer through meditation and visualization. So it's possible. Yes, it's possible. Just visualize that gold light infusing your cells, and your cells are returning back to their perfect state. And also do an emotional technique. What is this cancer teaching me? What is the lesson here? And then just surrender to it. Be like, thank you for that lesson, and now release it. And now release the need to continue to experience that. What can we toss the negative thoughts to show up to be released? So to get rid of negative thoughts, you have to meditate. Meditation is the only way that you're going to start becoming more aware of your thoughts, right? Meditation is so powerful. And you guys can go to our YouTube. We have so many powerful meditations that were done in a group setting under a new moon or a full moon, which means they're 6 times more powerful than normal meditations. So you can look at that. But meditation is one of the best ways to become more aware of your mind, and this is manifesting constantly, so just pay very close attention to it. So thank you guys so much for your time. I'm so excited that we got together, and also just remember, this is a powerful period. Please focus on what you want to create and attract into your life, and I hope to see you at our ceremony this Saturday. You can click the link in bio to know more. Much love.